Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today we are going to be taking a look at this 28-piece universal vacuum radiator cooling pressure pneumatic system tester kit. It is a 21-piece that you can buy online. These range anywhere from about $70 to $100 depending on where you want to go. And these are a great tool to really diagnose your engine and to find problems. If you have a head gasket problem or a radiator leak or a leak in the engine somewhere that you just cannot find, well, this will verify it by doing a test and watching the readings on the pressure gauge go down or stay steady. Now, the beauty about this radiator cooling pressure pneumatic pressure test kit is you can actually put this on your radiator. You do a pressure test, and let's say you have a head gasket problem. You think you might have a head gasket problem and your car is overheating. Well, you can just put this on the radiator, do a pressure test, and if you're losing pressure, then you know you've got a leak somewhere. It's not going to tell you exactly where the leak is, but it'll give you an idea that you probably should looking. And also, if you have any other issues, let's say if you have a radiator leak, you don't see it, but you smell antifreeze, this here will verify that. Then you can start from there and try to figure out where your leak is. Now, this tester kit here comes with all kind of little doodads. You can actually put different types of radiator caps on your automobile. You have all these adapters here that works just about on any car. And also, see this nice little gauge here is very detailed. You can eyeball this. If you see just a slight drop in your pressure, depending on what test you are doing on your automobile, this will really give you a heads up that you have a problem. And it's probably a good idea not to go on any long trips anytime soon. Now, before we go any farther, I've got to give a big shout out to Hippo Tools for sponsoring this video, the first video of the year. And you can see here on their website, they have just tons and tons of tools that you can order from, anywhere from a 3-piece diesel injection set to bearing pullers to heavy-duty 4-inch ball joint pullers, and the list goes on and on. They actually have tools here that I've never even heard of. You can just scroll down through here. You can see you get a slide hammer dent puller for about $47. That is one heck of a deal. You can see they have sold 671 so far. You got deep impact sockets. You have petro engine compression leak down testers. The list just goes on and on and on. Look at this. They even have a 114-piece oil pan thread repair kit sump gearbox drain plug tool tester set here, which I didn't know these even existed. And you can see they have some other radiator cooling testing kits here, but you don't get that many pieces. This one here is a budget one. This is $31 or so. And the list just goes on and on and on. Like I said, I gotta give a big shout out to Hippo Tools for sponsoring this video and hooking me up with their tester. Give them some love by going on their website and seeing what they got. You actually might find something that you actually need. You might find something that you actually need just by looking and triggering your memory that you might need to fix something. And like I said, you just endless amount of tools here. Even have 7-piece professional windshield remover automotive glass tool kit if you want to remove a windshield, and it just goes on and on and on. So once again, thank you Hippo Tools for sponsoring this video. Alright, having said all that, you didn't think I was just going to talk about it. No, we're going to actually take a look at this. It's never been opened. We're actually going to do a test on a car with it here in a little bit. So what we're going to do first here, I haven't opened it. I'm going to see how big this package is. It's about 2 feet, not quite 2 feet by 2 feet or so. We're over 2 feet, so it's a pretty big package. And I've got the camera set up here. Hopefully you can see the whole thing here. I've never had it open before. I want to see how it got here. A lot of people saying, well, why are you showing us the package and how it got there? Well, because a lot of people want to see their stuff arrive together in one piece. That's why. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. Hopefully the packaging was pretty good. I bought this around Christmas time. And the rush is pretty big around Christmas time, so I know they like to throw packages around, so always nice to see if it made it in one piece. So we're going to pull this out of here. Bear with me a second. All right. Alright, so there it is. Big red case. Let's see what we got on the bottom here. So I assume I got a little smarter. I see these little squares here where they usually put stickers. This is typically the top, so just don't go ripping this thing open. If you have it upside down, you'll be sorry. You can always check the latches here, and it looks like that's probably more likely the way it comes loose. Of course, it'll probably make me a liar. All right, so there it is. Case is in one piece. I'm impressed it didn't get damaged. So considering it was just in a little box, that's great. All right, so let's go ahead and slowly open this up here. Make sure we got everything the right position here, and I don't know, let's see what we got here slowly. All right, yep. So when you get one of these, make sure this little square is up, and I'll put the sticker here later, and this is the way you open it, and there we go. Well, okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, you gotta watch the pump up here on the top. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to get all this in my shot here, because it's such a big package. All right, so there it is. There we go. All right, so the pump actually, if you just push it in, which is way up here, it's got a little clip there, it'll stay in. All right, so there it is. I got our little manual here. Wow, there's a lot of pieces here. This is impressive for no more than I paid for this. All right, so we got our little manual here. It tells basically all the stuff here that comes with it and what it, okay, it tells you all the vehicles. Ford, Mercedes, Toyota, Scotty would like that. Looks like we have all kinds of stuff. BMW, Land Rover, wow, Audi, Acura, universal adapters. Wow, this thing will work just about on any car you got, so this is great. And on the back, you have a few things here, so we're not going to worry too much about this. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we got our gauges here. Nice gauge that you can actually do the readings with. And this chain here is actually to hang it up on your hood or something, so you don't lay it down, so when you're running your car or something, you don't get this caught in your fan belts or something. So this is very nice. Wow, we have some gauges here. Got a little on-off valve, which is nice. Oh, this is really cool. All right, so we got that, and we got a nice little hook here, which is kind of nice. This thing's about 2 feet tall, so the chain that is. And a pretty sophisticated little setup here. We got a pressure relief valve here, looks like, some sort. It'll take a little while to get used to. I have one of these kits, but it's only a 6-piece, and it's old. It doesn't even work anymore. And this is nice to have if you're just a shade tree mechanic or you just want to fix your own car. So we got all these adapters for your radiator cap, and the whole idea is you put these on, put this on top of this, and you put your gauge on top of that. That's another video for later. Let's see what else we got here. We've got all these nice adapters here. A lot of pieces here. Some pieces I'll probably never use. And you see the complication. And you can see the complication here of this. You got a couple seals. You got a cap here that screws onto the radiator. Probably goes on a Mercedes or something. I don't know. Wow, so I think this is really just a great deal for all this stuff here. You will not go to a parts store and buy anything like this remotely for this price. This is just pretty impressive for all the stuff here that you get for the price. All right, so up here we got a temperature probe, it looks like. Yep, nice little temperature probe. And let's see here, we got our pump. Get this out. Nice big pump. We can pump up our pressure and our, let's see the gauge there moving. Well, that's pretty cool. Got our gauge working there. We got our release valve here. Oh, this is really nice. I wonder if you can use this as a bicycle pump. Probably could. And you can see you can go all the way up to almost 25 pounds, which is nice. All right, and what we got here, we got a nice long hose. We actually got a couple of hoses here. We got a shorter one and a longer one, so this will take a little time to get used to because every car is different on radiators when you're doing tests and so forth. So it's kind of nice to look at. It's always nice to have tools in your garage. So really impressive set here for the money. All right, so what I've discovered here with the manual, you can see the numbers on the side here, and let's say we want something for a, let's say, a Mazda. And if you look on the left here, it'll say 027-15. And if you go to 15, well, here's the adapter that you would need for a Mazda. So that's how this works. And all this here tells you all the vehicles. And number 20 would be for Saab, which I haven't had a Saab in many, many years. And that would be, let's see, 19, let's see. And if you look closely here, if you're confused, you can't find the number, you look up here and it'll say 20 right there. I think you can see that. That would be this one right here. So, kind of detailed, which is nice. Boy, this is really impressive. So, I hope you liked the video so far. What we're going to do, we're going to take this outside into the garage, and I do have a slight leak on the exterior. I keep smelling antifreeze. I want to see if I have a pressure loss, and we'll do some random testing, but to give you kind of an idea how this works here, here's your pressure, your hose and your pump and everything. Let's say you want to do a test on a radiator, you'd screw this on and you put this in there like this, and that's locked on. And when you're done, you just simply pull it off. So, very nice. We'll go ahead and do a test here in a little bit. And I'm surprised that the packaging did make it okay. And as I kind of move around here, you can see I don't have any busted places in the case. The handles actually turned out to be okay. They're not busted or anything. So everything does fit in the case very nicely. The big stuff like the pump and the pump up there and the gauge snaps in. Now the little stuff here just kind of lays in here, so it's very imperative that you open it the right way because you don't want this stuff go flying all over the place and you're not going to realize where it's going to go unless you want to open up the chart and try to figure it out. So one thing that I do notice here, let's say this is 17, this is 17. As you can see there's numbers there, they're right there. And also if you want to be really smart about things with this manual like this here, you get one big manual. We'll do yourself a favor, make a second copy just like I did here, so we'll have two for backup, because if you lose your manual, then you're not going to have any references to what you need to work on. And of course, you know I had to make my own sticker. Ta-da! Okay, there's another nice look at, so we'll head outside, we'll do some testing and see what it's going to be like. I think I'm going to be really happy with this. This is probably going to answer a lot of questions that I've been wondering about my exterior, where that antifreeze leak was coming from. Alright, so for my Nissan, it's going to be number 4 right here, and if you can see right where my thumb is, it says Nissan. So we'll go ahead and grab that one. It's going to be in slot number 4. And there is number 4, so we'll take that out. Basically, it's a radiator cap with a hole on the top of it. And now we'll take my cap off. And make sure you do this when your engine's cold, where there's no pressure. Alright, so basically the caps look the same. And this spring here is going to be a little more, it's going to be a bit longer. You notice the difference here is because this spring has to put a lot of pressure on your test. So put that on there, push down. Like that, but it's on there and it's nice and sealed. And now we'll go ahead and grab our pump. We'll stick this on her like this, and make sure you read the cap. Verify how much pressure actually should be on your system, and don't go beyond that. This one here is about 13 pounds, so we'll go ahead and pump this up to about 15, because 15 is right there on the red line. Just give me more of a reference part. I like a little extra pressure just because if I have any antifreeze leaks, it'll help it to leak and I can see it a little bit better. So there we go, for 15. I know I've got a leak, and I got a feeling this system test will show me where it's at. So there is 15. Alright, we'll kind of leave that set there, and we'll come back here in about 15 minutes and see what we got. Okay, well that was pretty fast. It was only about 5 minutes, and we're down to only about 3 pounds of pressure. So we got a leak, and I can hear something down there, so let me get a light and see what we got. Okay, so I've got the pressure kind of built up there real quick, and if you look closely, if I zoom down, guess what we got there, folks? We got us a leak right there where the thermostat housing is. So I knew there was a leak somewhere, and also we got one more. And the other leak, of course, is right here, and this was my fault. I did not put that clamp all the way on there on this little hose like it should be, so I saw a little antifreeze leaking out of there, and you can see how loose it is. I'm going to pull it right off. So this is where my other leak was. So this kid's already saved me from catastrophic failure later down the road, especially if I'm on a trip or something. This has really detected that leak down there, so this is going to be a really big help. Alright, so that's back to normal. That was my mistake there. And of course, when you're done, we just unhook this bad boy. Go ahead and release the pressure there. Take this cap off, take it off, and we're done. Now always check the seal, make sure there's no grime or dirt or anything on there, especially with the original seal on your cap, because sometimes you can get a little dirt here and that'll cause leaks. And if you want to test this cap, you grab an extender like this. You kind of figure out which one you need. You put this on here like this, turn that like this in the kit, and you put this on this end, and you tighten that down, and you basically just put some air pressure on it, pump it up, and see if you have any leaks around here. So this is just an ingenious setup. I really love this, and I think this is going to help a lot of you guys out if you end up buying one of these kits. It already paid for itself for me. I now know that I have to replace a gasket on my thermostat. So there you go. There's a quick look at it and how you can use it. Now this guy here, this is basically a vacuum. You can put your air hose on here, create some vacuum, and if you have any antifreeze that you've drained out, you put another tube here and you run it to the top of the radiator, and you can actually suck the antifreeze back through this system into your radiator, so you don't have to worry about pouring antifreeze in it. But that's another video for another time, and there are plenty of videos online demonstrating how to do that. But for the money and in a nutshell, just how you use it, that's basically how you use it. So there you go, guys. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and let me know where you're watching from. Would you buy one of these kits for the price? And hopefully this video will kind of help you out what you're getting into when you get into one of these systems. Very simple system to use after you use it a while. And trust me, I think you're going to be really happy with it once you find you have a problem. And it is a problem that you find before you break down on a long trip on the highway. So until my next video, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, hey, I'll see you later.